Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Conquest video guide. So I'm back in this one where I will cover Sector 5 feats. Already done videos for Sector 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if you're interested in those, there will be a link in the description below to my Swagger for Life tool where you can go ahead and check those out. So in this one I'll show you some of the teams here that I used to make progress towards all of these feats. And there'll be a separate video obviously for mini boss and final boss battles. But let's first review the feats that we have to go through. So we have to defeat 50 enemies with Mandalorians, then we have to win 14 battle with at least 4 Imperial Remnant units, which I find funny because the word at least means nothing anyways, because we currently don't have more than 4 Remnant units anyway, so we'll have to make use of all of them. Then we have to inflict stun 100 times and gain tenacity up 40 times. So all these feats kind of, you will just make progress, especially tenacity up is kind of straightforward. Then Mandalorians, depending on what you've got, I'll show you, a couple of different teams there. Same goes for Imperial Remnant units. So the one that personally for me is probably, it feels the most grindy is the stun one. But anyway, we'll get it done by the end of Sector 5, I'm pretty sure. Now before we go into the battles here and show you the teams, obviously we do have to talk about discs. Now I'll be a little bit swapping these as I'm going through the sectors. Anytime I swap discs, I'll just again show you the set that I'll be having before I go into the battle. So you've probably heard that all these caustic emission, volatile accelerator, as well thermal exhaust, that all of these kind of debuff discs, these are really the discs you want to collect. Again, I'll make a separate guide on the discs themselves because I'm here, I play through Sector 5, all of those discs that we knew before are gone, no more kind of those out of turn tags discs, no more stacking offense, no more disc which gives you buffs, no more blind spot, weak spot, none of that. So the only discs that you have to rely on are these guys: caustic emission, thermal exhaust, volatile accelerator, amplify agony, and then obviously insatiable is kind of nice, I guess, and then zealous ambitions as well, that will boost offense for your healers and support. So this time our selection of this is a lot more limited than it was before. Alright, so these are these that I'll start off here with Sector 5. So first things, I'll tackle the Imperial Remnants battles. So we can go up against Darth Revan here. They're not over prepared, so here we can just use Darth Vader lead with the rest of the 4 Imperial Remnants, because Vader can do some good work versus Revan, not so much after the nerf, but still with a little bit these buffs from all the discs, we'll get more debuffs on guys, and hopefully we can then do some big hits. Now because of the modifier on the Sith there that we're going up against, the more you take them out, the more powerful they will get. So you do not want to leave Malak to the end, because otherwise Malak will just wreck your team from all those stat boosts. So you would definitely want to target Malak first. Anyways, you just want to put armor shred there. You don't want to use controller situations because you will not be able to remove turn meter from Sith Empire because they're debuffed. We go into Merciless now, do a force crush on Sith Empire Trooper, and then you just throw Culling Blade over on Malak and down he goes. And now just go around, do basics here. Okay, remember we can't ability block these guys as well as long as Revan is alive. Unfortunately, he was not able to kill Sith Empire Trooper. And there you go. Everybody else just go down from thermal detonators. So that's why these that I showed before are so powerful. Possibly Malak will ignore those thermal detonators. That's why you just want to call him first, and then the rest will just drop down. Alright, we got now a squad here of over-prepared Ewoks, and for this one I'll be using Palpatine lead because these Ewoks, they're so fast, they will taking so many turns, but because of all those discs that will be applying debuffs on them, anytime they take a turn and damage, then they'll stack lots of debuffs, and then when those debuffs expire, it will feed turn meter to your team, and that's how you will actually be able to get a turn. Otherwise these Ewoks will just crush you really. There we go, we only got a turn, so we can now use control situation, push the turn meter back. But booby traps here, stunning our guys. There we go. Palps as well, he's a good option because he has a must stun out there, because we do have this stun feed that we can work towards at the same time. There goes my Death Trooper. But similarly, like in the first Sith Empire battle, Evos are taking so many turns, taking damage so many times that they will very, very quickly stack all these thermal detonators on them, and they'll just die off pretty much. So all this is kind of gives you built-in Java scavenger for all your teams really. It's just a case of outlasting these guys. Especially Ewoks, they're so fast out of the gate, they're getting so much bonus turn meter. They're actually, you know, quite hard to take down that easily here with Imperial Remnants that are not all that great really. Alright, we got a few thermals here. I think Tibo should go down in a moment, I think. Come on, buddy, there we go. Okay, only down to Chirpa. One more hit and that's it, there we go. So we got second win here with Imperial Remnants. So pretty much got lots of flexibility here. If you have Galactic Legends, obviously you could go Supreme in the Kylo Ren lead. That would work as well. Sith Eternal also. But I just wanted to show you some non-Galactic Legend. There we go. We already make some progress there with the stance as well. So not bad at all. Alright, so up next, let's tackle more feats here. Probably go after the stun one because, you know, we do have to get quite a lot of stuns out here. I have another Ewok squad. They're again very fast. So here I'll be utilizing also Luke's leadership because when he does get a turn, he will reduce the speed of the enemy. I'm bringing in Jedi Trevan for his saver because remember these Ewoks are very fast out of the gate. So when they would defeat somebody, savior will trigger and then that Jedi will get an instant turn and then can use Hero's Arise, which will in turn then give turn to Luke. Obviously, however, if they would maybe target somebody else apart from Jedi Anakin, he himself can get a bonus turn before Savior even triggers. That's why here Anakin is kind of a nice here as well addition just from that point of view. Because if they would go after Revan, Revan is unable to save himself. But in that case, Jedi Anakin would jump in and prevent Revan from being killed when Revan falls below 50% health. Unless Revan would get one shot, that is. But anyway, here we go. We got a turn. We got a stun already here. Really burning through these guys without any issues here. But yeah, booby traps here is a little bit slowing you down, you know, your ability. There you go. Applying Tenacity Up for the Tenacity Up feat as well. That's why I'm bringing in Yoda. I did equip here Perseverance discs. I'm getting now double taps with Yoda as you're seeing. There we go. Chirpa's down. So very clean win here with the Jedi. We need more of these 3-star wins here, don't we? But sometimes when you're going after these feats, you know, the teams you're putting together to achieve those feats don't always allow you to 3-star, especially here in Sector 5, where pretty much everybody's over-prepared and as well higher max relic as well. Well, there we go. We got one battle here, so we did get Tenacity Up, I think, once. I got a few stuns out there. That's definitely, you know, good team here to give you multiple feats at the same time. Okay, so before I go now into the Mandalorian feats where we have to defeat enemies with Mandalorians, so for this one you will most likely want to remove all those that apply damage over times and thermal detonators because they will stack so quickly that the enemies will die from those effects instead of from your Mandalorians defeating them. So instead, you know, you can just go here for Perseverance Disc. Zealous Ambition will boost damage for armor, Kushi support, and then Vitality Power. So just going for, like, you know, pure damage survivability mods here, and Perseverance obviously for the double taps because you want your Mandalorians here to do the kill, not that they die from thermal detonators or damage over times. So it's slightly unfortunate. You'll have to a little bit swap discs here for these Mandalorian battles. Again, with the Mandalorians, you got a few options here. Obviously, if you do not have Maul, you can use this team that we've used in previous conquests to get Mandalorian kills as well, where we used their free Mandalorians, then you use Jedi Master Luke and Watt, and then Watt just puts permanent taunt on Master Luke, and then while the other Mandalorians do all the killings here. That's pretty much it, to be honest. Now I'm going with Bo-Katan Lee, just getting extra assist whenever I use basic abilities with Mandalorians. So you put a tank tech over Master Luke, and then they'll put a few hits on you, and then Master Luke there. You can just increase cooldown on somebody if you want. We go, so we're getting double taps already here. Yeah, that's fine. They put a few hits, but you know, look, he's a Galactic Legend tank. He should be able to handle this, especially with that Vitality Disc. Then now we call all Mandalorian to assist. There we go. Yoda defeated. So we already got our first kill here. You can put then a weapon tech on one of the other Mandalorians. Just put it there on best card there, Mandalorian. Go into Whistling Birds. We can go ahead, Dispel, on the buffs there with Bo-Katan. Really missing here the what was it, the one that stacks your damage every time you deal damage to somebody that's debuffed. So that's what we're really kind of missing here, some sort of stacking damage. We solely have to rely on applying debuffs, but you know, for some feats applying debuffs is not really useful, like in this one, because then they will just die from thermal detonators, as you've seen in first couple of battles. So we want Mandalorians to get the kills here, but otherwise, you know, this is a straightforward battle here really. Luke is there tanking without any issues. Okay, so this will work great, especially versus teams that don't have AoEs. Like in here, just Yoda had an AoE, all other guys didn't. So it was, you know, even you have then lower gear Mandalorians that are not relicked, you can still get this feat done very easily. Unfortunately, this last kill here was with Luke, so I only got, I think, 4 in this battle, not 5 that you could get maximum. So there you go, there's a standard kind of team, you know, that we used from before. But if you do have, if you're one of the few that do have Maul unlocked, he's great here as well. So I'm just going here with Maul lead, because with his leadership, every time, you know, he does his attack, everybody will be called for an assist there. So there you go, that's his leadership. It's quite a lengthy one, but essentially everybody will be assisting when Maul is attacking. That's all what you need to know really. But again, if you'd have all those debuff these applied, you will totally wreck them and they would die off from all the damage over times and thermal detonators. Again, still keeping those discs off for these Mandalorian battles for sure, because otherwise, yeah, you will go into battle, maybe get 1 or 2 kills instead of, you know, 4 or 5. Still bringing in Watt, and that's for one reason only, because Maul will start off with a frenzy, and then when Maul applies tech on anybody, Maul will gain full turn meter, because this, when you apply tech, obviously counts as a special ability. So it's nice to go after these very fast troopers. Troopers are actually hard to take down because they're so fast. They have the whole turn meter train going. But because of the here nice interaction between Maul and Watt's tech, you can get a jump start on these guys. Well, we got a counter attack there from Piet, but anyway, let's finish him off. With Piet out, you know, you kind of stop the turn meter train going. They can't gain Imperial's trap buffs anymore, but still they'll put a few hits on you. But as long as your guys, you know, are decently geared, they should be able to handle this. Again, troopers are not the easiest team to take out here in Sector 5, but I'm just trying to show you that, you know, versus this kind of team, it just felt good, you know, to go up against them. Because, you know, finally had a team that can easily here 3-star these guys while getting, you know, a few, hopefully 5 Mandalorian skill in the process. There he goes. You can see Maul is totally wrecking these guys. Also, the Retribution can cause some issues here with counter attacks. So let's hopefully we can get him out quickly. Perfect. Then Bo comes here with a Dispel. Then, you know, it doesn't really matter. Just put another tech over there on armor. She's taunting anyways. Put some Beskar over on Bo. There we go. Unleash the Whistling Birds and boom. There you go. So definitely if you have Maul, using him here with Watt and other Mandalorians can totally wreck pretty much any team here in Sector 5. So there you go, guys. I got here 8 kills in this one, because troopers, they get 3 revives, so you have to defeat them all together 8. So definitely if you do have Maul here, look out for troopers, because you can then knock out 8 kills easily in every battle. Otherwise, you know, if you don't have much to look, you could also go with Rey lead as well, so she can protect your light side Mandalorians. You can also use OG Mandalorian. He's a bounty hunter as well. You could put him in the lead, and then Rey can keep pumping lifeblood into him. You know, there are other tricks here that you can do, and then once he triggers his contract, he can just go ahead and one-shot people. So it's definitely one option as well. But my Mandalorian is only gear 8, so I'd rather do other things. Alright, so let's continue now. As you know, we still have to make a huge progress towards all of these feats here with stuns and tenacity up. So this is what I'll be focusing on for the next couple of battles, just showing you like the teams that I use to get stuns and tenacity up down. And again, just showing you here my data disk, Zealous Ambition, Insatiable Perseverance, Power, Vitality, Amplify Agony. So I didn't put yet my debuff discs on yet, and that's because I wanted to see if I can cheese versus Nest here, Tenacity Up feat a few times. Obviously the idea here is to leave nest for the end, and then just, you know, she'll have so much bonus protection that you will not be able to take her out very quickly, which will allow your Yoda to take million turns and keep getting tenacity up done. So that's the whole idea here. We'll see if it plans out. If you time it nicely, that, you know, you quickly take everybody else out, but in between still put some hits into nest that she gets bonus protection up, then you can just go ahead and keep hitting her, and she literally won't die. However, if you would have again those debuff discs on her, then obviously, you know, she could maybe stack a lot of thermal detonators and just die off. Although I'm not sure exactly how that interacts with bonus protection. But obviously, if you do want to win the battle here, you would probably want to remove those discs that remove turn meter, because otherwise you'll just keep removing turn meter from nest. Again, going here with Jedi Luke lead over Ivan, just so we can reduce the speed on these guys. Use their Heroes Arise obviously to give Luke turn. To an AoE here just to give some protection up to nest so she can survive any subsequent hits. Obviously having some issues here with Zalbar, but Perseverance disc allow us to double tap him, get him out. An AoE, there goes Scarf. I'm going to leave nest here still alone. Let's get mission out. And perfect, this is a perfect setup now, so you got bonus protection on nest, so you can't take her out, and now you can just keep using basics from Yoda, so he keeps gaining bonus turn meter, keep calling Yoda for assist, and then keep spreading that tenacity up. And because obviously reduce speed from nest, and Yoda's getting so many attacks because of Perseverance, double tapping, he's pretty much getting back-to-back turns almost every time. You'll be able to get that tenacity up quite a few times. There we go. Well, that was it basically. We go. So we'll see how many times you got tenacity up here. Did we complete? Looks like I didn't get it quite yet in this one battle. Let's see how many times we've got it. I needed one more and I would complete it. That's okay. We'll use Jedi more anyway to get more stuns out as well. So we got another carve team. I really don't like these, but obviously you can also go with this kind of team there with Aayla and Basti instead of Jolie and Anakin, because Basti on her special attack she can stun, and then Aayla, whenever she critically hits again, can land a stun. So you got a little bit more stuns here on your team than you're running Jedi and Anakin as well as Jolie, but obviously Anakin and Jolie a little bit ensure that you really get 3 stars in every battle just because of the bonus turns and revives and things like that. So it really depends, you know, who you're going up against, or are you totally focused on getting 3-star battles, or you just want to knock out as many stuns as you can in a single battle. There we go, they keep attacking. Come on, trigger Savior, perfect. Savior triggered, so you can now use Heroes Arise. Make sure to take Canderous out first, because he's a turn meter machine. Okay, there we go. Let's dispel Retribution from Zalbar, so he's not counter-attacking. Well, might as well just mark him here, get him out. Okay, missions out in the open, stun her, spread tenacity up. So that should now complete the tenacity up feat for me, because I only needed 4 more to do it. So let's see if we can get a couple more stuns in here. Okay, come on. Oh, too big hit of an S. I was really hoping we would be able to there as well, because here if you would line up nest again with protection up, you could as well cheese, you know, keep calling Aayla for assist with her basic, and then she would keep applying stun. But we go tenacity up here feat out of the way. So we really have to now push towards the stun feat. Everything else is kind of in good shape, I think. The Remnant ones and obviously the Mandalorian one is something I'll have to come back every day and do a couple of battles. But for the rest of Sector 5, it's all focused here on stuns. So I'm just kind of bringing a stun crew here with Master Luke lead. Obviously R2 can stun on his basic, as mentioned before, Aayla as well. Jedi Luke has a mass stun, so hopefully we can get something going here. We go going versus over-prepared Bad Batch squad, so make sure that you land those ability blocks with Master Luke, otherwise you could be in trouble. And then here we can just keep calling R2. There you go, we got 2 stuns with R2, got a mass stun with Luke. Alright, there we go. So as you can see here, I've got now these debuff these back on. So again, maybe if you would want to cheese more stuns, maybe removing some of these debuffs these would give you a chance to get more stuns out in a battle. But anyway, I'm just halfway through Sector 5, so anyway I have to go through many battles still, so I just want to rush through them And anyway, these stun feats will take care of themselves anyway over the next few battles, so I don't need to like cheese too many from a single battle. But if you do, obviously remove all those debuff discs, and then you can just keep these guys stunned, keep calling Aayla or R2 for assists, and they'll keep stunning everybody. There we go. So it's one of the teams as well you could use for stuns. You can see at this point now I'm already a good progress, already in 69 before the end of sector. Already now on 88 as well. I'm just showing a little bit progress when I was going through sector for different teams. So got this Mon Mothma team, well prepared of course. One of the options here obviously as well, both Kylos can stun. I'm bringing in their Palps for a mass stun as well. So hopefully we can get a few stuns here as well, because these Mon Mothma teams, if they get going, you could be in trouble. So again, using all those debuffs discs here, hopefully they should stop them as well. Base comes back. Alright, let's again now swap turn meter here with Kylo, so he can take care of the base yet again. There we go, perseverance disc, man, I just love it on Kylo and his double taps. Perfect. Now Palpatine is obviously slow, so what you can do is swap turn meter here with Thrawn and use his mass stun to give you a few more stuns. Let's get a fracture on Pathfinder here. Trying to delay here, see if I can get more stuns out, but Kylo just doing too much damage here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll just target troopers so we can get a stun here with Kylo as well, an extra stun there, why not? Okay, not sure I'll be able to get to another stun because Chirrut's got a lot of debuffs. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, whoa, what happened there? What? Okay, anyway, I've noticed there are some like these bugs with also perseverance disc and stuff. Sometimes, you know, people just do some funny things in terms of animation. There we go. So we got a few more stuns here as well. So maybe I need one more battle, yeah, with the stuns. So probably versus final boss there, I'll be able to complete this as well. Alright, obviously, let's also touch now Bounty Hunter and Smuggler battles, because remember, we do have global feat where you need to do those. So for example, these are the discs that I'll be using with Bounty Hunters. If you've seen my videos before, these were great. So you just need to put all of these discs that apply debuffs to enemies when they take a turn. Because then with boss cleat you'll keep recovering health and protection, and then that's how it will allow then your bounty hunters to survive the onslaught of all these over prepared attacks. Obviously this will not work versus all the enemies, so make sure to choose one that's not doing too much damage. I found that these kind of Hux teams here, even though they're over prepared, in most cases, you know, you can still get a win here. Maybe not with all 5 alive, but at least with 4, just because of all this recovery that you're getting from boss cleat whenever enemies get debuffs applied on them. So definitely you will want to get as many of these caustic emission discs, thermal exhaust discs as you can. I didn't have such great luck, so most of them are white or green. So definitely if you have some blue ones there that get even more on, this would be really helpful. But anyway, here we go. You'll see, there we go. They're putting hits on us, but we keep recovering heal. Here, health and protection on our guys. Alright, we get a taunt, but remember, no bonus turn meter while Hux has advantage, so even though I will use now special ability there. Oh, actually this worked, I didn't know that. Alright, so there you go. Boba dispelled advantage up, I guess, before he did damage, and that's why Bosk was able to gain a bonus turn meter. Otherwise, it shouldn't happen while Hux has advantage. But good to know that that does trigger. Oh, there goes Boba. Come on guys, hang in there, there we go. Come on, mass attack, there we go. Obviously thermal detonators and damage over time will do absolutely nothing to Kylo here, but they did take out Hux, so now we can gain bonus turn meter. These guys will not be counter-attacking anymore, so we can go ahead, do AoEs now. Well, Kylo and First Order Stormtrooper, they themselves can counter-attack, but at least the others not. Okay, I'm stuck now behind Stormtrooper, come on, there we go. That's what bringing Cat Bane's good idea, you know, he can dispel those taunts easily. There goes Stormtrooper, there goes Safe Trooper. Now Kylo and Mask, if you want to take him out here, you most likely have to land healing immunity on him. Oh, with all those debuffs as well, Boba was able to execute him without any issues. There you go. You know, I found a couple of Hux teams here in this sector that I was able to get this done, and also bounty hunters as well versus Darth Revan teams that are not over prepared. This can work as well. You probably have to switch to Jungle Lead to give a little bit more speed, and also bringing Mandalorian, because otherwise you'll struggle there with taking out Malak. Now my Mandalorian is only gear 8, but it shouldn't even matter because we should trigger contract very quickly. Again, thanks to all those these that are stacking debuffs and everything. Obviously you want to not use AoEs until you have contract, because you will then just get feared by Malak. That's okay, they got fear out. Let's see if we can blow up HK now. Perfect. Contract already triggered, and that's because of all those debuffs discs. Again, just basics here. I do not want to get Malak going. Now my gear 8 Mandalorian got a turn, get Malak out. I mean, but these guys will still, you know, do some work on you, but luckily all those thermal detonators should take care of them as well, and another execute from Boba. So these are kind of the two teams here that I found success with in Sector 5, so doing Bossk versus Hux, and then Django versus Darth Revan. So if you see those, you know, feel free to use your bounty hunters with the disc that I showed you, and you should be good to go. Alright, so we also have to tackle Smugglers now. Again, just showing you this if you need a reminder. We got all these caustic emissions, thermal exhaust, amplify agony, and perseverance discs. So hopefully this will give us enough gear attacks as well as damage and survivability that we can take on somebody like Ewoks. They're all prepared. Probably not everybody will make it, but you know, as we know, Nest in, you know, normal conditions outside of Conquest can solo Ewoks, especially this comp that do not have log array, because they can't daze her, obviously because of booby traps. Nest could get stunned, so something to keep in mind. But obviously the idea here is that you know, because Ewoks will take so many turns, they'll attack so many times, they'll quickly stack all of those thermal detonators on them from our caustic emissions as well, thermal exhaust debuffs, that they'll just die off before Nest even takes a turn. It's just a question, will the rest of the team survive or not? So they probably not a 3-star battle here, but you know, if you do need to knock out these in Sector 5, you can. There you go. Now if my Han would be at full stamina, probably we would have taken Wicked out. The reason why I want to go after Wicked, because he's got an AoE. Okay, thermal detonators finish him off, perfect. We'll just speed up the footage because this will take a while now. So you can see booby traps here stunning our guys, but luckily whenever they do hit L3 there, she will cleanse off. Barely hanging in there. Alright, come on L3, hang in there. Lost L3 there. Lost Han. So a 1-star win, but at least as you can see, guys, you can take care of these Ewoks as well here. Now Pablo will take some time to take out, just because he has his own, you know, protection, health recovery. I think whenever he gains any effect or something like that, whether buff or debuff. But there you go. Smugglers can work as well versus these Ewoks if you need them to. There you go, guys. So after I played through all of Sector 5, including all the mini boss and final boss feats, speaking of those, there'll be a separate video for those. So please do make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it when that one goes live. But otherwise, you know, I'm halfway through the Mandalorian here feat, especially because, you know, I do have Maul. Those are very easy and fun to do. So the only one really that's going to be a little bit grindy, I'll just have to come every day here back and do, you know, a couple of battles here with Imperial Remnant units. So definitely, you know, quite a good progress here. I was able to knock out stun as well without, you know, trying too hard, to be honest. Just keep using those Jedi team with Jedi Knight look, and you're getting lots of stuns. So this is kind of the disc I ended up with here at the end of Sector 5. So you'll see no debuff discs. That's a spoiler alert. That's because of the final boss battle. Debuffs won't help you all that much. But anyways, let's also look now at the feats here, global ones. So also more than halfway through for the Boba Django feed there. I still have to do Boba and Han. Well, this is a trick one because obviously you need Han in the Smugglers one. We also need him there, so we'll see. Same thing goes for Boba. But hopefully if I first focus on this one, Boba and Han, you know, I can get it knocked out in a couple of days, and then I'll probably have to do like 4 battles, two bounty hunter battles in the morning, 2 smuggler battles in the morning, wait for stamina to refill, do 2 another there in the afternoon. But you know, I think I should be able to get there because I think I need most of these feats because I can't complete Bad Batch. And also then we'll see how the rest of things go. But anyway, guys, that's it all for today's video. I showed you some of the teams here I used in Sector 5 to make a very good progress towards all the feats here. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it useful and helpful. Let me know in the comments below or on my Discord server. But until then, have fun enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you.